If you're trying to sell to an email list using Klaviyo and people are not buying, then these are the only reasons that you need to worry about. This is going to be a super quick video today. Look, it's three things. Number one, deliverability. Number two, your emails are shit. And number three, you're not sending enough volume. So let's start with the deliverability. So the first thing you want to do, follow these three steps, okay? First thing you want to do, you want to make sure that you're on the correct plan so the emails are actually sending, because Klaviyo is a little strange where you can be paying for enough emails, but it actually charges you on the profiles. So actually make sure that you're on the correct plan. I've dealt with brands before where they've seen a massive uplift in revenue in the first month without us even sending an email, simply by putting them on the correct plan. Some brands go 6 months, 12 months on the incorrect plan. They don't get the revenue through email marketing. It's thousands of dollars a month, 10K a month in some instances. And, it's a lot of money added up over the years. So you need to make sure that you're actually on the correct plan and you're sending into the actual amount of profiles that you have. Next thing, sending unsegmented emails. So if you're just blasting your entire list and you're not sending to a certain amount of people, that's going to affect your deliverability directly. Now, the reason for that is those people that you're sending to, if you're sending a broad message, you can't sell to everybody, sell the same thing to everybody, right? Not everybody's interested in the same thing. If you sell a men's product and a women's product and you send it all to the women, then you're not going to be hitting the right audiences. So you need to send to the correct audience, because what happens is people stop opening your emails because they're getting random emails. They might mark as spam, they might mark as not interested, they might unsubscribe. Your reputation with the email provider is that you're sending not great emails, so they're going to stop delivering them to so many people. You start landing in the promotions box, and that's just not the way to do it. So you don't want to be sending unsegmented emails. That is going to affect your deliverability massively. Next thing you want to do, warm up your list. So you do this by sending to segmented people, okay? Warming up your list basically means that you're choosing groups that are the most likely to purchase from your brand, like those that have just signed up within the past 30 days, like those that have been previous customers recently. You send to those people first because they've got the higher probability of opening the emails. That's going to get your reputation higher with the email providers like Gmail. That's going to warm up your list. And then when you come to send more emails, they're going to start landing and it's going to increase your deliverability. So you want to send to a small group first to fix that, and then slightly larger, slightly larger, slightly larger. All of a sudden, your emails are going to be firing and sending. That's exactly what we do. Next thing, your emails are shit. Look, if you have no deliverability issues and they're opening your emails and they're not buying, and then your emails are not good, one of the main reasons, unclear offer. Some people send emails without any offer, but there's loads of text on the emails. Like, look, you're better off sending an email with one clear offer and one button on it and nothing else, rather than 6 offers at the same time, no offer at all, some shit offer that nobody wants to buy. Offers, stuff like 10% off, stuff like free shipping, stuff like new products. It's got to stay fresh, it's got to be consistent, and it's got to be an offer that actually resonates with the people that you're trying to send to. We help people create offers all of the time, killer offers, in fact. Now, the next thing is sending to the wrong people, right? If your email is for children's shoes and you send them to people who don't have kids, then that's a shit email. No matter how good you want to send that email, if someone's not got kids, then they're not going to be buying kids' shoes, are they, right? Unless they're a kid. Well, a kid's not going to be buying off your emails. That's more than likely. So sending to the wrong people, this is what you want to watch out for. You can have a great email, great offer. You send it to the wrong group. All of a sudden, email's shit to them, to that group. So you've got to be sending to the correct people. Next thing, poor design. I don't think this is one of the biggest levers. However, it definitely does affect your quality of emails and the perception of your brand. Clear, simple design, offer, and the copywriting comes first. Very clear, do this, get this fashion. If it's clear, it's got a strong offer, that is the strongest thing. It can be text-based and have that, and it's still better. But if you really want to level up your emails, then make sure the design is visually appealing, on brand, and clear. Next thing, doesn't suit your brand. Look, if you're a Gen Z brand, You want to be using slang and lingo and talking like Gen Z brand, right? If you're a luxury brand, you want to be using professional sounding wording. You want to be using fonts that fit your brand, colors that match luxury. You want to be speaking to those people completely differently, right? You know, if you're writing "you're cooked" in your email and you're sending it to a 60-year-old woman, she's going to be like, "What are you talking about, buddy?" You've got to send emails that suit your brand. And the more that you can get away from the corporate sending and the corporate wording, the better it's going to be. Don't be afraid to speak like your customers. That's going to make your emails a lot better and people are going to be a lot more open to receive them. Finally, just not enough volume. Like, you're not sending, I can guarantee whoever's watching this right now, you're not sending enough emails. Send more emails because your campaigns should be triggering your flows, right? So if you're not sending enough campaigns, and it should be 2 to 3 per week, then what's happening is you're not triggering people to go onto your website, and then you're not triggering people to go down the flows. So usually what happens is you send one email campaign, then they go to the website sometimes, if your emails are good, and then they might have an action such as abandon checkout, right? And then they're going through the abandon checkout flow, and then they're getting 7 more emails. So what you're doing is you're sending one email, but then the automations are sending them 7 more, for example. Now, when that happens, they're getting a lot more emails. But if you do not trigger it at the top with the campaigns, that doesn't happen, right? And you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You really are. So you've got to send enough volume, and the campaigns are especially important. Now, you can send 2 to 3 campaigns easy because if you're segmenting properly, like we've just covered, then what's happening? The same people are not getting all the emails. And even if someone gets 3 emails in a week, it's not a crazy amount, right? But send more emails. And if people get pissed off by that, well, look, if they don't want to hear from you, then they're not a customer. Obviously, don't send too many, but up the frequency of how many emails you're sending. Another thing, not enough flows set up. So you might just have the basic flows set up. You might not have strong offers on your main flows, like the bread and butter of the entire retention ecosystem. I've seen it on brands time and time and time again. Make sure you've got all the flows set up. If you look at a flow and you think, well, that's probably not going to trigger, set it up anyway. It's all part of the sales process. It all works together. The automation is very important. Again, with the volume, next thing, not enough traffic from paid or organic. If you're watching your revenue dashboard and it's $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month, then it's not gonna. That's not a lot to work with. In general, you should be seeing around 30% of your total revenue through email marketing, but you do need to be seeing enough traffic to do that. So you need a decent amount of paid or organic traffic. And don't be afraid, once you get your emails set up properly, to actually up your ad spend, because if you are getting 30% through your emails, what it means is your ads are now 30% more efficient. So don't be afraid to up that once you get all these things in place. And look, that's super simple, guys. If your email list isn't buying, I can guarantee that the problem is along the lines of this exact screen that I have shared with you. So look, listen up, guys. Try some of these out. Let me know how you get on. This is all it is. Super simple video today. Pause it, do whatever you need to. Any questions, drop a comment down below. But all the best. Subscribe to the channel.